I think it might be time to go into some funny stuff that we've seen through Twitter
Okay.
because it's just,
Yeah.
I mean,
To
the things that,
lighten the mood a little bit.
yeah, I mean, so let me just kind of scroll down to where mine would start. So let me just kind of share my screen here real quick.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have my one my one clip ready, so I could just
you got
blast
your
Chris
one.
Sims at one point. At some point, Chris Sims is getting blasted by me.
Oh man, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Chris Sims.
Yeah, dude,
So
big idiot.
I saw that the Shrek Swamp.
Okay.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Yeah.
Is available on Airbnb.
It looks kind of sweet. I'm not
I
even gonna
mean,
lie.
I
Like, look at
I
that.
would venture in there. I
Where
mean,
is this though? In the redwoods? Like Redwood 4? Like,
it's a good question. I didn't do that much research into where it is. From what I could tell, a lot of people were tagging some adult film stars should be there.
okay,
So,
yeah,
you know,
that'll probably be coming soon.
yeah, that's a creative opportunity. Speaking of an adult film star, though, I mean, we just found out the cheetah. People think
Do you have
people.
that? Do you have that pulled up?
I have that one from Instagram. I did not find that one
Jeez,
on
no,
Twitter,
we don't even need to.
unfortunately.
We don't need to have the people hear that.
I,
If you know, you know. Let's just say the cheetah, when his cruise over, wants to be a porn star. I guess I don't
but
know
but the big
why.
question about it though is he's known for being the fastest on the field. Does he still want to be the fastest in that field?
Yeah, I don't know if his skill set will really translate. I guess that's something we're gonna
Yeah.
have to. I guess we'll wait and see. But I'm hoping he plays for a while and then maybe gets this notion out of his head. Like, hey, buddy,
Yeah.
we don't.
Isn't he married too? I mean,
Probably not.
okay. That's yeah. You play Madden on
Probably
a
not.
Wednesday.
Yeah, like this guy's streaming
That's
Madden tournaments or whatever. Like he's playing Fortnite like for like 2 years straight.
uh,
So anyone
I,
still doing that is just insane in the head.
man. I think the best part about that clip though is it again. If you know, you know. Just what do you do if you're Mike Evans? Like, oh, hey
Yeah, like
man,
just on a
do what
yeah,
you do.
crazy.
And then just
Like
moving up, I mean,
uncool.
this we're
Yeah.
not gonna beat this dead horse again, but just looking over at Lou Holtz and Ryan Day. So for those of you who didn't already get the idea for the last 45 minutes with us, Ryan Day called out this 89-year-old man who is one of the greatest college football coaches.
Ever.
He's in the Hall of Fame for it.
Legend.
It's just an
Legendary.
absolute legend. He's known for the newspaper trick and
Yep.
the bumblebee speech.
Yes.
And so this man just came out and just started blasting this man who has said he has dementia again. So he doesn't know he doesn't remember what he says, but he's got people that remember. He's got a foundation.
Mhm.
I mean, he just goes through and he professionally
Oh,
just
just
mushroom
as
stamps
yeah,
fucking Ryan Day.
as good as it gets. Just an
I
absolute
mean,
pro.
just
Yeah. They
we've given
they
it
don't
enough
make him
for today.
like Lou anymore, man. Just know we're team Lou Holtz.
Oh, all
And
the
don't
way.
ever get it twisted. I'll
No,
never be
absolutely.
team Ryan Day,
No.
ever.
I was actually a decent, Ohio State supporter, and now I can't
It's
do it.
just it pissed me
That's
off.
bullshit. That's
Like you're going
bullshit for me.
after a
Yeah.
guy, yeah,
I mean,
don't do it.
why don't we stop pointing the finger, Ryan Day? Let's point the thumb, okay?
Mhm.
Your boys got their
Well,
ass kicked by Michigan twice, by Alabama. Like it happened.
yeah, yeah.
So sorry.
That's fair. That's fair criticism, I'd say.
Yeah. So and then going up here, this guy has an invisibility shield.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, my big question: am I gonna get this in Call of Duty? I hope not,
I
but
mean, is this not just a riot shield? Is it like, or is it? It's see through. It's
I
not invisible. Oh, it is. Wait.
it's like
I
I
mean,
thought the
it's
same thing. It's
kinda
like
like. But if they see you walking around,
they see
you're
little
like, wait,
footsies
how's this
kind of
thing
go
moving?
through.
There's got to be somebody behind that. It's moving.
Yeah, well,
I
he
guess
didn't
I
think of the
guess it could be good
logistics.
for maybe
I think
hunting.
I think it's
Like if you post up in you put in some shrubs and then like
yeah, you
they
just kind of
can't
chill
see and it
behind
kind
it.
of sees like the background of just the bushes and like maybe for hunting purposes, but like
This clip
fighting,
right here, I think
what's
was
he
what
doing?
did it.
Laying tripwire?
I mean, it looks like it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time I saw it, and I saw it last night, so maybe I was just tired.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't notice that he's right here. Now looking at it again, I know where he is, so I can kind of see it. But
Got
that
it.
was kind of a cool little like.
You're
I
like,
thought it
wait,
was
what's over
stupid.
there? I thought it was just like
Yeah,
a weird looking trash can.
yeah. It said invisible shield. I was like, okay, the big dumb
Like,
dipshit got
okay, what
me.
does this guy think
Okay,
he's Captain America?
yeah. And then I hate to do this, but hey, sorry about it. This was from the Bears.
Yeah, jeez.
Get ready to win.
Yeah, well, the question is, are they gonna? I'm gonna pull up their schedule, okay, and
Man.
see. I'm just gonna read through, and you name me what they're gonna win. Home against the Broncos, maybe.
I
Okay,
mean, that's the shit bowl, so we
we
hope
need it.
one person wins that.
At the Commanders, maybe. Home against the
Maybe,
Vikings, probably not. Home
probably
against
not.
the Raiders, maybe. At
Maybe
the
Josh
Chargers,
McDaniels trolls.
no.
Nope.
At the Saints, probably not. Home against the Panthers, could get
Maybe
that one.
potentially.
Home against the Lions, probably not. At the
Dan
Browns,
Campbell's.
probably not. That
Nope.
defense is pretty good. Home against the Cardinals.
Well,
I
Dobbs,
mean, I
the
don't
rocket
know.
scientist, been kind.
Yeah,
I mean, he beat Dak
Dobbs
Prescott,
might have him
and
cooking.
yeah,
Home against the Falcons, maybe. I
Artie
feel like
Smith's winning
Ritter's
that.
benched at that point, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then at the Packers, probably. Like, I guess they have an easy schedule, but
They're just
in their
terrible.
defense, they did lose to the Packers, at the Bucks, at the Chiefs. Like the two games they just lost were on the road against two playoff teams, so from
Yeah.
last year. So I guess we could give him that little bit of slack. But they don't even look competitive. Like
So
that's
it's
the
really
issue.
odd just looking at, and I do have a biased opinion because I have Fields on my fantasy football
Yeah,
team. I just need, first of all, I
that'll
need them to
turn the
start running
bias
the
on
ball
for
more.
sure.
Oh, 100%. But I just looked at Justin Fields' film and I said, okay, let me just look at what play calls we got. Because I'm thinking, okay, I got DJ Moore. I need to get the ball out quick. Let me run a slant.
Mhm.
I don't think I've seen DJ Moore run than like two slants. He runs a lot of bubbles, which
Yeah,
not
they
going to get
do.
it done.
Yeah, is DJ Moore a yak guy? I didn't know if like.
Well, it's hard to be a yak guy when we can't get you the
Well,
ball.
yeah.
That's just.
No, my bad.
Well, and then you got a decent tight end who can kind of make some moves. And I haven't seen one play call like, okay, maybe they are and he's just not reading it right. But like, okay, Justin, I want you to take a 3-step drop. I want you to
Boom.
your tight end's gonna post up 5 yards down the field. Let's just get you a couple
Right
darts.
at his chest.
Just boom, right there.
The thing that could help you fantasy football wise, eventually,
Yeah.
do they get to a point where they're like, "Hey, dude, just start
We're just
running
gonna run
again,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Like,
Good work.
who cares anymore? Just do your running thing, get 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that's what we're gonna try and do for the rest of you." So it might end up
Could be.
slowly coming back in your favor a little bit.
Well, I did go to the waiver wire to make some moves, and
Okay.
I did pick up Jordan Love, leave him on the bench right now.
All right, that's not a
And I
bad.
did
He's
pick
been balling.
up I did pick up Musgraves for my tight end as well.
Not bad.
So,
Not bad.
because I mean I got some stacked receivers. We're looking good. We
You
just
just got to
needed
put
that little
you need the
bit.
boys just to fire on all cylinders at one time. That's what you're
Yeah,
looking for.
it's just tough when your quarterback's giving you 12 points a game and you got your
Mhm.
receivers giving you 30, and it's like, hey man, like can we
It
can
can
we
get
just
tough.
get a little help here?
Yeah.
But that's my own cross to bear. I bought it.
You believe the hype,
Yeah.
and now you got to live with it.
And I got, that's the way it works. Moving up, I think this is just great to see that the college football committee. Remember, we did this actually on Zach's stream,
Yes.
and we thought, how could we do this 12-team playoff?
Mhm.
We said, well, let's take the 5 conference winners and then 7 at larges. Well, lo
Yep.
and behold,
Yep.
is it-
That's what
how
they want
about
to do.
that?
But then, did you just see the thing where they're like, "Oh, we might delay. We don't know what's going to happen with the Pac-12. We might have to delay the 12 team." I'm like, "Don't do that." to
Yeah,
me.
don't do that to me. That's
Don't do that.
just
I'll take 12 at larges at this point. Like, give me
just
12
give me
teams.
12 teams. Boom.
But it makes the most sense. I think how we did it also was we did always take the best non-Power 5 team,
We did.
whether it's a Notre Dame or a UCF or a Fresno State, or, whoever it could be. We would
Yep.
always take them. Then we did the 6 at larges, but it kind of works out the same way. Normally, a good Power 5 team is going to end up being right around that 12 to 15 range, regardless.
Yeah.
If you think of
100%.
Tulane last year, and those teams kind of,
Hey,
even
still too
Notre
soon.
Dame, Like, yeah, a tough game.
It's
They're going to
just-
kind of flutter around that 10 to 15 range, so they'll typically always get in. So I would like the committee to somehow maybe get one of those involved if they're
Yeah.
deserving, obviously. Like if it's just like, oh, we're going to put this random team in, don't do it. But
Yeah, we don't need that.
it'd be nice to see, you know, a good squad in there, because even when Cincinnati played Bama that one time, it wasn't horrible. Like they didn't
Oh.
get smacked. They couldn't score, obviously, but like
What are you gonna do?
Sauce Gardner was trying to lock some people down, so they were trying.
Yeah, they gave it their best shot.
Yeah.
And then just moving up here, I saw this video where this lady basically
I think I've seen this.
so she found this cat on
this
the
the
side of the
panther?
road, and it's a panther,
Crazy.
bro.
Kind of sweet though.
I would love to have
I'm
a pet
down.
panther. Like,
If you raise
you know
it,
the
if you,
Homeland Security with this thing?
I think only if you raise it, like it was gonna die in the wild, and then you raise it. Like any other way,
It's killing you.
yeah, there's a chance. Where's my food? I want to eat a
right here.
rabbit.
Right there.
And then like you have a dog and it just kills the dog, and you're like, oh, okay, not good.
Yeah.
But if it knows the deal, you know, and he grows up with you, I think you can make it work. My only question is, that's an exotic animal. What are the animal rights like?
So-
Are you allowed to have that as a pet?
Well, so I kind of, my mom follows this account, so she shows me these
Okay.
videos all the time.
All right,
Doing some research, they live in Russia, so they run their own thing.
they
you
can
know
do
what
what
I
they
mean?
want. Yes, makes sense.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
videos of this woman feeding the panther just a nice little steak, little
Sure.
raw steak, and she's training the panther, you know, not to bite
Just-
your fingers, but there could just be one day she decides.
Keep that panther away from Hasbulla at all costs. We don't need any
Please.
hiccups.
No, look at
Okay.
that. Like
It does look pretty cool.
But we
I
can't.
don't
have
know if
Hasbulla
I don't
getting hit.
know if it would, like in Russia. What terrain does a panther need? Like,
Well,
at least
it
you can
likes
have a
going in.
snow,
Yeah, it
have
likes
a
going in the
snow
snow.
leopard type of vibe.
It does that, but there's a lot of videos where it's playing with the dog, and the dog runs across, and out of
And just
nowhere, you see this
jumps.
panther out of a tree just
Just
coming
fly
down.
onto him. Yeah, like I don't know
So-
if that would fly in Southern California as a pet, but like
I
you're
mean,
taking it on a walk. Like,
I think isn't there a law that we can't have ferrets too? So
I
I mean,
did
if we
not
can't have
know.
a ferret,
if
maybe
you
we
can't have a
panther,
ferret, you
but-
can't have much. Like ferrets, dude.
Dude,
What are they
they're
gonna
just
do?
little marmot. I mean,
Yeah.
unreal. All right, next. So this is just kicking the Commanders while they're down,
And I enjoy doing that as an Eagles fan.
as you should.
Yeah.
Sam Howell's projected to get sacked 107 times this year.
That's a lot. That's doesn't even sound right. How many is that a game? He was sacked 9 times against the Bills.
Yeah,
What is he average in a game? Like 8?
probably 8 or 9.
8 times 18? Or 8 times they play 17? Yeah.
I'm not doing that math.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just trusting.
I ain't
you
got
know,
that.
that's yeah. I don't.
let's
I don't
just
have
say
that.
it's too many.
Yeah, too many.
I mean,
for
yeah, he
my
got
liking.
sacked 9 times. He threw 3 picks. I thought the Commanders were half decent, but they did like, I don't know if they are, because they went to the wire with the Broncos, and those guys
Yeah.
suck. They got 70 put on them.
Man.
So 70.
I got to tell you though,
I can't
if
believe
I-
that was a real game.
if I get to 70,
Are you kicking? Are
I'm
you
getting
kicking
the
that field goal? Yeah, right.
I'm
You
scoring a
have to.
touchdown. I
Well,
don't
they had a
care.
chance for the field goal for the record. 73 is the record.
Well, why would I get at 73 when I could get 77? I know.
No,
my
they
offense will
yeah,
score.
but like say this was the predicament. Like they were in territory.
Mhm.
There was a minute or whatever left. They could kick a field goal. They
Mm-hmm.
decided to just knee it, turnover on downs, and then the Broncos just kneed it out. But they could have kicked it.
I could have kicked it.
But they
I'm
decided
either
not to.
kicking it-
I'm kicking it.
I'm either kicking it or I'm a scumbag, and I see that I got the ball when I get it, and I'm up 70, and I'm saying we're going for 77. We're tracking. it that way.
Even if it's not 77, I'm kicking it to get
Yeah,
the
I have to.
record. Like you get the like nobody will be mad at you for going for the record.
No, at
So
that
you
point,
can't
I mean,
even
it's
say-
already a beatdown.
And
Like,
at that
the-
point, who cares? I don't care, Sean Payton. Like, brother, you need to stop me. I got Mike White coming out here throwing deep balls. Like,
Hey,
anything's
sorry.
working on you.
sorry, I got a future porn star practicing. You know, it's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah,
The
like
guy's trying to get ready
we
for his
got the-
future career.
they didn't even. And this is they didn't even have Waddle.
No.
Waddle didn't even play, and they
No.
were just torching them. They had over 700 yards of offense. You don't even see that in
Yeah.
college.
I thought my phone was tweaking. I
I thought
restarted
I
it 3
was
times.
no, I was sitting there watching, and then my parents came back to watch like just the end of Red Zone, and I was like, it was on the screen. You know when it shows all the scores of the games?
Yeah.
And my mom walked in. It was like, does that say 70? And I was like, yeah. She's like, that's not real, right? That's a typo. It's like it was 20-10 or something. I'm like, no, they
It's 70.
dropped 70 and they could have scored more.
Dude,
It was like, geez, that ain't good. I was
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
it's safe to say the Dolphins are a wagon this year, okay? Like, if Tua can stay healthy, and that's a
Yep.
big
As
if
long as he keeps
because
falling correctly,
yeah, and he did
be good.
practice that this
Yeah, he's
offseason,
been doing his
so
jujitsu. He's been
yeah,
doing the Joe Rogan falling training or whatever.
yeah.
Um,
So if he can
yeah,
stay
looking good.
healthy, sky's the limit for that team. But looking up here is Zay Flowers. So I thought this was very interesting. This guy is a speedster.
Very,
Got
very
great
fast.
hands, very, very fast.
We're not running that far.
Yeah, why don't we try to, I don't know, maybe a little loop and go since we've done this every time, but
Maybe, maybe.
10 targets, 48 yards. He's got 18 yards after contact. So
I
I
think
don't
that's yards after
know.
catch, actually.
Oh, my bad.
I
Okay,
think the
yards
running
after
backs would
catch.
have yards after contact, and
His
then the
might be after
receivers
contact though.
probably
Look at where he's catching.
maybe.
He might be getting hit here
Nah,
and
I
boom.
think it is because see the green. The green is after catch, but still, we're not
Oh,
doing. He's probably
gotcha.
getting
Yeah,
contacted too during
yeah.
all that.
I just
Yeah,
you
it's
pay your quarterback Lamar. He's got a good arm. I'm not saying he's the most
he
accurate
can throw
passer,
it. He can
but
throw it pretty deep too. Like he's got a cannon on him.
he's got a cannon. And then you got to think, all their running back issues are going through. Like, let's start running Lamar. Like,
Yeah,
let's get him involved. Let's start running that ball again. I've already paid him.
you
Yeah, I'm
got to
not
do it,
changing
man.
that.
Like at
So
some point, you have to go to what was working for you.
yeah,
Don't
I
try
mean
and make some. It's what they're trying to do with Justin Fields. They're trying to make him this pocket passer. Like
he's not
now, granted, he's missing some freebies out there, but still, let him run a little
just
just
some
to get
bunnies,
his
and we're just
mojo going.
yeah. It's man when week 3 or week 4 is already around, I guess, and we're saying we're just enjoying the little things. Like
Hmm.
your
Not good.
your team's screwed, and then I hear
You're dead.
they got $100,000 worth of deer equipment stolen. But hey, I mean it is
They're
John
getting
Deere, so I get it.
their
But
defensive coordinator's house got raided. Yeah, like talk about stooge of the week also, or like
could have been.
think about the like maybe intern or equipment guy that's working for the Bears, right? So the week has been horrible. Quarterback comes out, says the coaches suck, but really he sucks. Then your DC is getting his house raided by the FBI. Then later in the week, imagine you're the GM, right? You're just sitting there, just typing away, trying to just do damage control on everything. And your little equipment guy comes in, he's walking in, he's probably on minimum wage. He's like, "Hey, you're not gonna believe this, but we got all of our tractors stolen. We got everything's gone."
Everything
Wait, what do you
gone.
mean it's gone? Like I
Not here
went in
anymore.
there because I was gonna go cut the grass. There's nothing in there. So, and then if I'm the GM, I'll kill him. I'll kill that kid right now because it's
Have
not
to.
his fault, but your dad. It's someone's got to get
Hey, yeah,
the
someone's
brunt
gotta get off.
of this. Like I don't know how that's possible. How many locks and gates would they have to go through to get out? And where did they take them? They put them on a truck. What is this? The Sopranos? Ah, the TV fell out of the back of the.
Yeah.
Like, where do you go with a bunch of like field equipment?
You think they just returned it back to John Deere and
Do
they
you
didn't
think
ask
they just
questions?
drove it out? And like, there's just a bunch of like, there's just a yard full of like Chicago guys, just some guys in like downtown Chicago that just have a bunch of deers outside. They can only cut their dang grass like half of the year because it's too cold.
Bro, but
So like
you got 10 guys just deep on these tractors, and they're just on the freeway just 10 wide. Just
they're racing them. You got like how in Philly they do the wheelies with like the bikes and stuff. That's their thing. They're just racing John Deere's. They're like souping them up and like having drag races down the street. It's crazy.
man, Chicago, we got to be better. Okay,
Figure it out. Okay, your
figure it
team's
out.
already struggling, and then you're like, you know what? Let's just ruin their week right here, so they don't have a good practice field. Let's steal all their stuff. Like, thanks for nothing. No wonder your team stinks.
Figure it out. But Then we got the news that
Breaking news,
Damian
really.
Lillard.
Like
Yeah, that was like 5 hours ago,
that was
6 hours ago, something like that.
like during the day, yeah, like a noon one, like yeah, out of
Lillard,
nowhere.
yeah, Dame time is going to Milwaukee,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying I don't like it. I don't love it because I like
It's
this
cool.
lineup decently. Bobby Portis in my starting lineup is never gonna make me feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think they just like they still just struggle at guard, really. Like now
Yeah,
Holiday's gone, like Grayson
yeah.
Allen's gone. I'm not saying he was the best player in the world, but he was a
He'll trip you at
decent
least.
guard.
Yeah,
Like it's just Dame.
Dame.
Like Middleton's even like he's
He's
more
not a
of a
ball handler.
3. Giannis is basically a center with the ball. Brook Lopez is a center. Bobby Portis is a 4 that doesn't handle the ball. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It could be cool. Nuggets in 5.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's either the Nuggets or if the Lakers can stay healthy, I think that team could be good.
maybe the
But it really
Suns, like
depends.
if they kind of like actually get it clicking for a year, potentially. Like, I'll still give
just
KD the benefit of the doubt most times.
I just don't think KD's gonna be healthy the whole year. I
That's
really
fair.
hate to say it, but
That's a fair point.
I mean, how many times has he slipped on the floor when it's wet? I mean, good God.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Yeah, let's get some balance or something. Let's get some stabilization.
Yeah.
Let's work on a couple
Yeah.
things. All right.
Yeah. We're a professional athlete. Let's
Yeah.
kind of,
Let's
let's
maybe take care of the body or something. I
just
don't
a little
know.
bit. Just
What
a
do
little
we
bit.
know? We didn't do shit. It's not like I
Didn't do shit.
competed.
No, I didn't do any of that. All I just knew was win or lose, we booze.
Yeah. And that,
I
I mean,
mean,
doesn't get much worse. Yeah.
it's a good lineup, but I
It'll be
honestly
good.
I
They'll make the
think
playoffs. They'll lose to Jimmy Butler and a bag of chips, probably. Jimmy
pretty much.
Butler will probably now he's pissed because
Yeah.
he's like there was tampering, and he'll probably come out and drop 40 every game, and they'll just beat him because Jimmy's always going to get his and then lose in the finals. So there you
Yep.
go.
And they talked about I didn't have this graphic, but they said that Drew Holiday, the Portland Trailblazers are looking to move him right away. A move I could see happening is the Golden State Warriors trading Chris Paul for Drew because
Yeah.
Drew is that defensive stopper that lets Curry just play offense.
Yep. I could see that.
And if they do that,
I think
they
Drew
could be
Holiday's a
dangerous team.
he's just a good guy that can fit into pretty much anywhere.
I could see the
Any
Lakers trying
team
to
you
make a move
throw
for him
any
too.
team you throw him on, like he's always gonna
Yeah.
he'll fit in well. He knows his role. He can get you
He's a
some.
dog.
He can if you need him to go in there and get 20, he could do it.
Yeah.
If you need him to kind of just lock up, get 8 assists, he can do it. Like he's very versatile.
So that'll be interesting to watch this next year. Now this is some
Yeah.
scary news. ChatGPT can now browse the internet and is no longer limited to information up to 2021. Now,
Yeah, we're done.
I've seen a movie recently
We're done.
that talked about this. You've seen iRobot, right? With Will Smith.
I have.
How far away are we from this? Because even the symbol looks like
We're
Sunny.
getting close. I'm getting a little nervous, okay?
Yeah.
Because once they take over, it's like what do you mean information like
I don't know. That's a good question.
so now they can just like they're on it like normally. So information up to 2021, that means they could only go back and were they using previous information from prior to 2021 to kind of like you feed into their system? Like those are the words,
what I was
sentences,
thinking.
paragraphs. So now they're just like
They got
live,
everything.
like
They got
anything
it all.
at all times. Okay, yeah, they were done.
We're
That's
done.
GG's. It's
Good.
been nice knowing you.
This guy was pretty funny. I saw this. I guess it was someone watching the Pat McAfee show for the first time. And
Okay.
For those of you who listened to the Stooge Experience, if you like being a Stooge, I'd also recommend checking out the Pat McAfee show.
They're the best.
They're just the absolute
in the
best
business.
Stooges. Love the Stooges over there.
Yeah.
But this guy sends in no subject, by the way. So he's pissed. Okay. I'm not even going to give you a subject.
No.
But this is all we got. I tried watching your show. I was looking forward to it. That's a good start.
Yeah.
That's nice. You tried it. I saw what was scrolling across the bottom of the screen. 3 times I saw program misspelled as program. Okay. Happens. It's a different dialect than you're used to, but
Yeah.
it's stoogery. This is how we do it.
This is how we don't spell correctly sometimes.
Yeah. After the 3rd time I turned it off, I can't watch a show with that kind of idiocy involved. So clearly Bob is not a stooge.
Bob did not get the program.
No.
He didn't understand the program
Sorry
over
about
there.
it, pal. So
Yeah.
that just kind of made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
And then this one right here, a British Airways pilot has been fired after
Yeah.
snorting
This
cocaine off a
now
topless
this is the
woman
big
and
this
then
is the big
trying
one.
to fly a passenger plane back to London. Look, why he just wanted to take a bump off some bumps, okay? Like
Yeah.
what's the problem? Okay.
I mean,
Well, the big
it's a
question,
little problem. I mean, come
true.
on. What are we doing? First of all, like what?
Was it a flight attendant? Like, and then did he go on the intercom and say
Yeah,
like,
that's what it doesn't
"Excuse me,
specify.
passengers, like we're
If
gonna
it
experience
wasn't a
some
flight
bumpy
attendant, like did
turbulence." Like,
who nominated themselves to
yeah,
so and it wasn't like tried to snort cocaine. Like he did it.
he did it.
He
He
snorted it
succeeded.
off this lady. Like
Yeah,
he did it. So what went into that? What
yeah.
my boy was risen up some like somebody to like yeah, I don't know. I
It's a
mean,
lot of
more
questions.
power to him. You'll never fly again. So there you go.
I mean,
Your job's over.
yeah.
I hope it was worth it.
You know,
Might have been.
how big was the bump too? Like, what are we talking here? Like,
Yeah, did
a
he
lot of
really?
questions. Did he go skiing? Like, what are
And
we? Of
obviously, a lot of questions. We could have read the article. We didn't.
course
We
not.
did. We
We're
read the
stooges.
headlines, and then
Yeah,
we think
make inferences from there.
this is probably how it happened. Yeah,
100%. I
flying a
tell you
plane
what.
back to London. So it's definitely just a old.
Yeah,
It's just a
an
typical
old geezer.
degenerate. Yeah,
Yeah, old geezer, been doing
yeah,
it for 40 years,
for
didn't
sure.
give a shit anymore, and said, "You know what? Come here. Let me have a little good time here."
Yep.
For all we know, maybe he was retiring that day, and they
Yeah,
just wanted to say they fired him instead. And
could
hey,
have been.
more power to you.
So I'm going out. I've been wanting to do this for so long. I'm doing it today. Who cares? Get where? Hey, flight attendant, where's the cocaine? Huh? Bring it. Come on,
Right,
you. Yes, you.
right,
And then
right there.
take your shirt off too.
Let's get to business.
Like, come on. What are
Oh
we
man.
doing?
All right, man. You can pull yours up because I know you said you got a clip, and we
Yeah,
do have something big to talk about too.
yeah. This ties into just we haven't gone too in depth into the NFL just because I like to wait till 4 weeks of the season have gone by, then we get into a power ranking. So next week we'll have an NCAA top 10 that we can kind of sort through, and we'll have an NFL one, and we can get a little more dialed in on the NFL games. You just don't really know what's what until week 4. Teams start slow, teams start fast. Then you can kind of compare this team played this team beat that. You can kind of do a little more mix and match. But one thing we do know is the Eagles are 3-0,
That's a fact.
and they
Go
can
Birds.
sneak, they can push like no one else, and everybody hates it, right? Well, I don't.
I
I
don't.
don't care.
I'm good with it.
Like I'm fine by it. But Chris Sims never been a big Eagles guy. Hates Jalen Hurts pretty much. Thinks he's a stooge who can't throw. This is what he had to say about we're calling it the tush push.
But they know. And then, the other thing that's going to stop it is, and which is like, if I was a defensive coach, I'd be go ahead hunting on the quarterback here. Go ahead. Let him have it. Dive over, go crazy, try to kill the quarterback. That's what I would do.
Okay.
I know. I don't mean it.
Hands immediately go
I
up.
didn't say that.
No, I did, but
I didn't say that. Second of all, that's
Wait a
not what
second.
Chris means.
Yeah, I don't mean kill, but I mean just make
do
them
you
pay,
mean?
make them.
I don't know that you mean that. I don't know what you mean by it.
Aspect is like, yeah, there's some teams.
So that's what that idiot had to say. You have I could pull up more. You have Nick Wright. You have shout out Patty right here. This guy is a loser. There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Patty.
You just have a lot of people saying it's an abomination to the league, like to the NFL. And the only thing I'll say is week 1, 4 other teams tried to do it and they went 0-4. So if it's so overpowered, why can't everyone do it at the same rate? Which is what I'll pull up my my response to this, which is what I put. If it's so unstoppable, why aren't other teams' conversion rates similar to the Eagles? Seems like a skill issue to me.
If you want, you can
know?
also pull up my response to it. I responded to Nick Wright actually. I retweeted
Okay.
Nick Wright, and
We'll get yours on here.
Just to kind of get
And-
like,
Yeah, so Nick Wright, we might as well play this
will
too. over
eventually be
here.
proven right. That tush push play is a blight on the league. It's bad for the sport. It should not be allowed. And the question I would ask everyone that says, oh, just get better, get tougher, get stronger, learn to stop it. If Philadelphia perfected it to a degree where instead of being a guaranteed 1 or 2 yards, it was a guaranteed 4 or 5 yards, would the NFL outlaw it? And the answer is yes. It would be the only play they would run, and it would ruin the watchability of the NFL. At the end of the day, pro football is the entertainment business. It is not going to be in the league 5 years from now. It might not be in the league 6 months from now.
So that's what he had to say. Now, I do kind of agree with the if you could get 4 to 5 yards.
yeah,
I don't. Maybe they'd ban it. I tend to lean on the side of why. If someone is playing within the rules of the game,
Yeah.
why? Like, if someone's being creative, like, okay, so like it doesn't. It's not fun to the eye to watch it, but like, I just don't get the. I don't know. It's like I'm not the biggest baseball guy, but people banning like shifts.
yeah. I think that's a great equivalent to it.
Like, why does the offense just like if you can't hit it the other direction, then why wouldn't I move my shortstop over and have 3 on one side? Like, why wouldn't I do that? Why do I get punished for you being bad at something? Like, if I'm a defense, I should be able to put my humans wherever I want. And if you think I'm an idiot for doing it, then so be it. But I have the right to do it. It goes the same way with this. Like, why can't I do a sneak? I'm not breaking a rule. I
Yeah.
have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. Like, I don't get it. And so you said QB sneak has been in the game since it first started. Any quarterback can do it. It's not the Eagles' fault that their QB is an absolute dog. Go get a QB that squats over 600 if it's that big of a deal, which I agree with. Yeah, you can speak more to that though.
I mean, so just kind of going through the complaints about it. First of all, it's like what you said. You want to break down football to its basis elements. Okay, that's fine. What is more authentic to football, which has always been a bunch of stooges lining up, running into each other, seeing who's
Yep.
bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic, and kind of more crazy in the head.
Yeah.
Than having you need 1 yard, your quarterback lines up under center. And because my quarterback is more athletic, my offensive line is more athletic than you, I get punished because the defense can't stop it. Why don't they? Here's a thought, and I haven't seen any team do this. If you know it's a QB sneak, why don't we hit a little bear front and hit a 2-eye and a head up? Like,
Yeah,
Try
or
that.
like the only thing I could see them banning maybe is like the push part. Like, hey, you can only have one
Okay.
guy pushing.
but
Or
it
you
doesn't
can't have
matter
3.
about the push. So
Yeah, like
J.J.
they
Watt
just
cheated
hate
on
that they
that.
can just like go in and do it. Like, if you're saying, hey, okay, only one guy can put hands on somebody and push them forward. Okay, if you want to make that, like, I bet you they still do it though. I feel like this is more of a Jalen Hurts and Jason Kelsey success
Yeah.
than anything else because we've seen a lot of teams fail. And I think
if
Yeah,
it's that
go.
big of an issue, why don't teams just sign like Cam Newton? There's a big
Yeah.
quarterback. He can lift a lot of weight. Sign him and he'll do your quarterback sneak. Like,
For sure.
as a Rams fan, I will say this. I could run a quarterback sneak with Matt Stafford. Do I want to? Absolutely not.
No.
Am I going to be mad at the Eagles for finding a play with their playmaker that works?
Yeah.
No, it'd be the same thing as if people said it's illegal for Cooper Kupp to motion all the way across a bunch formation, then loop back underneath so that he can get himself a
Yeah, or the
fast cutoff.
or the Tyreek, they're basically playing Canadian football. He just has a running start and then goes up the field. No one's in arms about that. We haven't really seen that much, and it's like, wow, look how innovative the Dolphins are. And I think they are. I think it's fun. But
Yeah.
I think if you only let one side of this coin go, then we're losing touch with it. Like, I don't agree with it's entertaining. People are going to watch no matter what. It is the NFL. People have been involved in this thing for years.
gosh.
Like we're gonna way longer than a QB sneak being the greatest play in the world. Like,
Yeah.
I just think once you go and start just like find a way to stop it, or don't let him get into 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. Like, that's your own fault. You know what's gonna happen.
Because another example of that, the Kansas City Chiefs, what was it, 2 years ago, did a QB sneak with
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, and his
Knee.
knee ended up at his ankle.
Yeah, and people like Brady used to do it all the time. That guy's the GOAT. Like, everyone would say, well, 1 yard, Brady sneak time. They don't really know how he did it, but he was just the best at it. Like, this is just a different iteration. I will say one thing, which is a little more analysis, just because I'm an Eagles fan. I watch all the Eagles games. One thing that I think separates the Eagles sneak from other team sneak is Jason Kelce is notoriously a quick snapper. Even when Hurts is in the shotgun, he said on the podcast, the New Heights podcast, with that when Kelce's snapping, that ball gets to him fast. It's there because Kelce wants to get up and be ready to block, and the same goes for when it's under center. Like, it might only be 0.1, 0.2, a couple tenths, but in
All that
that
matters.
situation, if it's 1/10 for you to be here and your hands get underneath instead of missing a guy, like, that can be the difference. So I think people aren't taking into account how athletic. I mean, people know how athletic Kelce is, but in this situation, he is almost more of the key, because if it's a bad snap, if it hits his hands a little hard, if it gets there slow, a lot of things don't happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just tough to hear people complaining about that, because it's like, look, one, if we're going to talk about it's boring, well, you said it's a points-driven league. Well, the Eagles are going to score a lot of points with it, so it's not a defensive snooze fest. But two, like you said, what happened to first down, second down, third down? Like, there's
a lot of
so
other
much in
downs.
between that we could get done. So I just think complaining about it, you could say you don't like it, and that's fine.
Sure.
But to say we need to outlaw it and this and that,
Yeah,
like,
to say it's like an abomination to the
That's just
NFL. Like,
so
what
bad.
about like the probably 50 guys that are in the NFL that have punched